MidWest F1 Division 1 is back for some fun. Hosted by Stat and Crash, we bring you some very exciting action. Do 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 Crash. Do 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 do. My friend is Stat. Okay, as my dreaded attempt at a children's rap song intro into Austria.
And we are back.
As well as you are. That was very quick, actually.
Yes, I told you I'd be quick.
Are
we live and are we ready?
I'm honestly fearing for your health on how quick that was. Oh,
now, I must say, are we live at the moment?
Yeah, we are.
Woo! Okay, let's get ready for our classic every week intro. Ladies! Yeah, are you ready?
Yeah, keep going.
Let's hope I don't need to run away for something else in a minute.
Yeah. Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back!
Okay, I think we just might have lost Stat there.
To the MidWest F1 League, my name is Stat, here with my co-host Crash, and we are here in Austria, which seems to be a really wet day in Austria today. How are we today, Crash?
Just happy that we can get back into the Division 1 action. I don't know if you checked out any of that F2 race yesterday, but it was just weird, man. Like, we had, I kid you not, we had a virtual safety car and a safety car every lap up to lap 8. It was just, and none of it was deemed, like none of them really needed it. The game was just weird that day, and it just hated the league, and it really just kind of killed the whole vibe of the race. But I hope we are not going to get that tonight. I'm excited for Austria.
Yeah.
Austria is one of my more favorite tracks. To some it's disliked, but to me it's very liked, as there's a lot of areas for passing and wheel-to-wheel racing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that.
It definitely seems as if here at the MidWest F1 League, we love safety cars. Can't get enough of them.
Yeah.
But we might also, while we're here, we might mention the severe drop in numbers tonight. It's severe as in probably the first time in Division 1 history that we've only started with 17 drivers.
It's just one of those days where the stars aligned and all the divisions seem to be hurting a little bit, where the last 2 weeks we had all 3 divisions with full grids and no reserves were even needed, and now it just kind of hurts, simply put. But it is what it is, and we're just going to venture onward.
Yeah, exactly. We still have plenty of drivers here to make an exciting race. It's unfortunate that we don't have those last 3 positions, but it just means there's more to fight for, more to play.
100%.
So we do have Mebe stepping in for one of the Haas. I believe we do have a missing... trying to find out who we're missing.
We're missing Cam.
We have a missing Renault, yeah.
And a missing Racing Point. No
Yes.
reserve for them tonight either. Looks
And
like
a missing
Williams,
Mercedes.
Yeah, and Clogmonger. So it looks like Williams was able to replace Kenny for this evening. But yeah, maybe some things need to be switched up here to kind of help out and take the load off of pork chops and finding all these reserve drivers. Maybe at some point it should be up to the teams to find the reserves.
Yes.
I feel like we're on.
Yeah, that might be something we look at in the future, but at the moment, I guess we just have to deal with what we have, and what we have is still quite good.
Exactly that.
So a lot of.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just having some of the drivers make their first couple qualifying laps here in what seems to be a light rain, as Honda sets so far the quickest time with a 1:11.6. Nicky and Knuckles both come over with a 1:4. 114.1 and a 115.5 respectively. Held comes over with a 114.4, Random Series with a 113.2. So a couple of good times already, but Honda just seems so much quicker so far than the rest of the grid here. As JC comes over for a 113.1. Probably the closest. Jacko now comes over the line for a 113.1 as well, beating out his teammate by 200ths. Bloxham come over with a 113.3. Decent space for him at the moment, but Honda again just so much quicker at the moment. Mebe comes over the line with a 111.9. So far the closest to Honda, only down by 0.3.
Now it's kind of Meeb is a big help for the Haas here tonight, or Mebe, however you want to say it. I don't know. I give up with that pronunciation, but he's taking Yolmir's spot. With all due respect to Yolmir, Mebe, no matter who your places in this league, is pretty much a step up from the original driver in Division 1. So they kind of get the Mebe cheat code for the evening. The Haas team does. I feel like we need to have a ringer rule. I was thinking about this. It's JC and Mayamir flip-flop there for third and fourth. But you're only allowed to use a ringer once in the year. You can't, if you need a reserve to fill your squad, you can't always go for the likes of Mebe to help you out. You can only use Mebe to help your team once a year.
Because Mebe isn't actually a driver anywhere else, is he?
No, he's not on a team. I think it's due to other leagues for race days. I think go in correlation. Drivers, that hurts, man. It is what it is. We're gonna venture on 4. I don't know why I'm making a deal out of it right now, but it does.
He sounds so sad.
I know.
He sounds sad.
I know. I just like this. This week just isn't going good for us. Like
Jacko goes quicker with a 112.2, and so did his teammate 112.3.
Mystic is on his first time around track, just coming through turn 1. But I mean, like, how could you not be? It just hurts in a way. Like.
It does, but we have to move past it now, and we have to look forward to the race we're about to have.
Exactly, it's still going to be a really good race. Austria is a shorter track, so the cars are going to stay closer together even when this whole thing opens.
We'll hope for dry conditions in the race, of course.
But even if it's rainy, I can see a lot of passing still on this track. It's a very pass-heavy track. Like it gives you good opportunities on a lot of areas of the track. Even around this section that we're coming through with Mystic Joker. Just finishing up sector 2, sorry, coming through turn 7, now into turn 8 at the beginning of sector 3. We'll see how Mystic Joker is able to fare as the early championship battle is going to look between Honda and Mystic Joker. Cam, of course, is up there as of right now, but both Honda and Mystic have missed a couple of races here, and with all due respect to Cam, I think they're going to blow past him at some point. Mystic goes second, 0.5 off, or about a half a second off of what Honda is able to put up early on. So about what we would have expected so far here, Haystad.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously Honda showing his class out in front at the moment. Mystic and me not too far behind, but still quite quick here. And Jacko and JC and Random Series, and even Nikki and Mamia just sitting nice and pretty behind all of them. Yeah, there seems to be your top tier, which is basically Honda, Mystic, and Meeb, followed by your next little group, which is around about Jacko, JC, Random, Nikki, Mamia, a couple others that float up in there, including Helg, Barry, Cam, Monkey Mafia at times. But yeah, it just seems to be how the grid is this season, and still creates a lot of exciting racing. But we'll have to just see who ends up taking the crown at the end of the year. We're only this is only the 6th race in, I believe. 5th or 6th? I think it's 6th.
I'll check.
Oh, maybe it's 7th.
No, we're not that far into the season.
No, we're not halfway. Or is it 5th? No, it can't be 5th.
It is 5th.
Oh, it is 5th. I thought we did more races. Never mind. Yeah, we're at the 5th race of the season only, so there's still a lot of the season to go. So we'll have to see how it all shapes up the end.
We still have 2 drivers yet to set time, that being ZGS and Astanek now. To my surprise, on this week's question, or pre-race questions, there's a lot more guys on controller than what I thought. I thought that a lot of these drivers were on wheel, but especially to my surprise, I didn't know that Kenny was on controller. But Kenny's a wheel guy. Unfortunately, he's on here tonight. But there's also, as well as Jacko. Jacko's on controller. I didn't know that Jacko was a controller racer.
I didn't either. I thought he would have been a wheel.
He says, I'm on controller with no mods other than an in-game custom button scheme, so I do that as well. But not to the same skill. And then Monkey Mafia at the end of last year switched to wheel, or I think halfway through last season switched to wheel. Astanek's finally about to set a time in Sector 3. Pork Chops and Helg and Clogmonger, I know. Astanek comes over in 11th place. Oh, Leviathan shoots us another subscription. That's 3 months for her. Thank you very much. Always appreciate your support throughout the months. And what has been the half year that MidWest has been around. And ever since we had the ability to actually take on subscriptions, you've always been throwing them out. So we very much appreciate that. We're on with Random Series and that pink Mercedes. We'll have to see where he ends up here coming through the final turns of 9. And now through 10, there's yellow flags all over, but that's just cars letting others pass. About to come over the line here, and improves up into 4th, so loses some time into that 3rd sector, but chops off 6/10 off of his initial fastest lap, so good stuff from him so far. Random's actually come out this year pretty consistent, but we saw that last year, and then he kind of fell off as the season went onward, so we'll have to see if he's able to keep that consistency.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, looking at the points, actually, Mystic Joker is a fair bit behind Jacko. Jacko's actually got the lead with Cam second at 140 to 138. And then down the ways, you got JC, Random Series, and Honda going from 103 to 100. And then Mystic Joker's actually only at 68 points right now, so a lot lower than what we'd expect from him, but he's looking for a big race tonight.
And that would have been due to Honda's crush out the week before, or last week.
Yes.
So that would have mean the ever so consistently high finishing Jacko and Cam would have jumped him. But I mean, he's got plenty of season to go, but if Jacko and Cam, unfortunately not Cam tonight, but if Jacko can consistently keep up top, he might be able to stay ahead of Honda potentially.
I completely agree. It's Jacko's just proven consistency is key right now. He's just been in all the first 4 races and has finished fairly decently, but quickly Hannah throwing out her first sub. Of course, Hannah,
Ooh,
not of course, but we know now Hannah being the being
significant other.
this. Thank you. I was struggling for a word there. I was going to throw out some other phrases, but the significant other of Nikki, and also being Nikki's coach as well. Do you say that Nikki put in the adamant amount of practice this week, Hannah? If you could type that into chat for us, that'd be very much appreciated, as you are our insider on the front of Nikki. But like I said earlier,
Well, he must have put at least a little bit of practice in. He's currently in ninth with a 1:12.6.
Yeah, exactly. Splitting the field in half, so good to see from Nikki. Hannah must have really been on his gears this past week to get in that practice time. I wish that I had a girlfriend that supported my video games as much as what Hannah seems. Oh, but Hannah says definitely not enough practice time. Ooh. We'll have to see. You know, I gotta say, Helg isn't putting out a very good qualifying right now. He's currently sitting in 12th. Let's see if he can improve on that. Just barely goes into 8th. He can pump out a real good hot lap every now and then, but it doesn't look like he's got what it takes here in Austria right now. You know, that team that Ferrari has with Jacko and JC. Like, we know our stuff because we called that team at the beginning of the year. Like, that team is stacked.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. Speaking of JC, he goes purple through sector 2. See what JC can do. He's about to come over the line. Doesn't look like he's getting the 111s. Actually goes just slower. She supported, but she is a smarty pants too. Just took her MCAT. Oh, her CAT. I gotcha. Well, good for you, Hannah. Smarter than a lot of the people in this league, that's for sure. Bebe on an invalid lap. Random Series is trying to warm up his tires. Oddly enough, on intermediates. Still is rain coming down here. Jacko is on his hot lap. We'll see what he's able to do here. Currently the slowest driver in the 111s. That does put him at 5th overall. We'll see if he's able to shed off nearly a whole second to take pole. Honda and Mystic have flip-flopped this whole race, and I think Mystic just comes over the line to have enough time to start his hot lap. Jacko's just halfway through sector 2 here. We'll see if he's going to be able to chop off any time. No more cars can come over the finish line. Not sure. So that was Nikki that just came over. He's going to sit in 11th. I believe that's Mailmere. Mailmere improves up to 5th. got Jacko about to come over the line. Pretty much copies his last, or his quickest lap. Asnick on an invalid. See Barry into the pit, as well as Random Serious. JC into the pit. Let's see where Mystic's going to come over. I think he's the last person that's able to set a time. No, actually, Pork Chops is behind him. Pork Chops into the pit, and Mystic is not able to improve on his time. So, Stat, are you still there?
Yes, I am still there.
Okay, I need to step away for 2 seconds.
That is fine by me, as we're just finishing up here too. I believe no one else is to complete a lap here, and everyone else is ready to go. So I guess we'll just have to wait for this time to drop at. Never mind, we are ready to go. As qualifying is finished here in a wet Austria. Let's hope for a dry session ahead of us as we go through our starting lineup. Honda takes pole position here in Austria, followed by Mystic Joker, who will be on his right-hand side heading into the first corner. Meeb comes back and takes P3, with Random Serious lining up alongside him at P4. The rest of the field goes Mea 5th, Jacko 6th, JC 7th, Bloxham 8th, Helg 9, Barry 10, Nikki 11, Monkey Mafia 12th, Astonic 13th, Pork Chops 14th, Enrique 15th, Knuckles 16th, and ZGS pulls up the end of the grid in 17th, having not set a time here in Austria.
So, with him doing that, that won't make him valid to get the hardest charger, if I remember our rule set correctly.
Yes.
Now, between the two of us, we have the entire rule set in our head. As I'll forget something, and that's when you step in and you remember, and then you'll forget something, and then that's where I come in. It's just it's the the partnership made in heaven.
We both remember half the things we need.
Yeah.
Just opposite halves.
Exactly that.
Makes the job easy. So luckily we are here and it's dry for the race here, as we will have a formation lap, remember. No one has pressed X to begin, so we're already on to a good start here. No one has initiated the start of the race early. I reckon it's going to be exciting now that we know it's a dry track, and that means DRS will be open, and let's just hope for no turn-on shenanigans, then we can just get straight into racing without a safety car here.
In a perfect world, my friend, Stat, in a perfect world.
See, that's where the 5-lappers are good, because there's no safety cars in a 5-lap race.
Yeah. Well,
that's why the last season's sprint races in Div 2 being only 5 laps, that stuff was hectic because there was no safety cars whatsoever, so cars were just everywhere.
Yeah, true. That was a fun way of doing things. it was completely different. I honestly, in a way, miss it.
That could be a spoiler for next season, potentially. The rules haven't been looked at yet, but could potentially see a bunch of 5-lap races. But you didn't hear that from me.
You know, yeah.
No.
You're planning on throwing a massive wrench into the cogs that is the Friday series.
Well, the Friday series is supposed to be the one that makes the least amount of sense. As we are now starting to get ready for the race. Countdown is at 20 seconds, sorry. Now 17, 16, 15 seconds to go till the formation lap begins. So
what are you expecting to see here? Going off the top of my head...
I'm just hoping... I don't care what happens, just as long as there isn't a first lap safety car, I will be 100% happy with that.
You'll be a happy clam, eh?
Yes. I just want to see exciting racing straight from the get-go. And now, just quickly, going on these estimated pit stop strategies, looks like it'll be a one-stop today. Starting on the softs, we'll head onto the mediums at about, I think it was about lap 13 to 15, and switching onto the hards potentially a few laps before that. So we do have majority of the grid on softs, I believe, with only Mia, JC, Bloxham, Nikki, Enrique, Knuckles, and ZGS on the mediums, which means Honda, Mystic, Meeb, Random Serious, Jacko, Helg, Monkey Mafia, Stunik, and Pork Chops are on the softs, and C, Barry, the only one on the grid at the moment to be running the hard compound tyres here.
Now, I don't know too much about strategy for Austria, and if hards really can slow you down that much, or if it's kind of worth it. But we see a lot of our drivers just trying to make hards last a ridiculous amount of laps, and just choosing not to pit, and if Seabury is able to stay out of trouble, simply put, off the hop, I think it'll be a good strategy for him. If he's able to avoid the chaos off the get-go.
That's usually something we see the opposite way around, though.
Usually yeah.
Starting on the softs, and then there's a somewhat early safety car, so you're inclined to throw on the hards. I guess we'll just see what happens.
Yes, we're about to go live here in Austria. We have 5 red lights, and they go out. Honda gets a really good start. Mystic isn't able to take too much off of him. Meeb falls right in behind Mystic. We have, I think that's Jacko pulling along Random Serious, and it looks like Random Serious tapped the back, and there we go.
Jacko spun out.
So Jacko goes down the order. It looks like Nikki and Monkey are switching positions there in the middle of the pack. A lot of chaos ensuing. Monkey Mafia is going to take a dive on Helg as Seabury sends it all the way around the outside. May have been somewhat of an illegal overtake. Helg holds onto position. Mailmere and JC are going at it. JC gets a position over the other Ferrari-powered engine of Mailmere. But right now, Mailmere.
As the Red Bull goes right to the back of Mailmere.
That's what I think that might have been a server glitch, but it looked like Helg went right into the wall there, but I think he's back fine. He's back battling.
Trying to go around the outside of Monkey Mafia and get it done.
Lovely move. Kind of an odd place to get a position overtake on, but very, very solid move. Now it's going to be very important for Random Serious to. It looks like. Oh no, I think you're getting server glitch I got in there. But it's going to be very important for Random Serious to stay in this lead pack.
Jacko now into the pits, and is the only one to do so.
Helg getting an early penalty.
Jacko coming onto the hard tyres. So will he go the rest of the race with these?
Monkey lunging around the outside on Helg does a very good job of making that stick, and now he's going to get an overtake on Helg as Helg defended the inside line. But Monkey was able to send it all the way around the outside. Now he's going to try and work on Bloxham, with Bloxham being on that medium tire compound. So we're looking at the predictive pit strategy, and it's giving us around 15 to 17 laps on the medium, or on the softs if you're going to switch to a medium. And then I think that was 11 to 13 laps on the softs if you're going to switch to the hard. So theoretically, if Seabury is able to stay out all this time, he's going to pit around lap 21 to 24. I'd imagine so, because of the extra little wear from the battling. So we'll see where he's able to hold. But Asnick's going to try and work on him. Of course, Asnick's going to want to overtake him, being on the soft tire compound. As we thank everyone.
Blocks him into the wall at turn 2.
There we go. Dropping down the order have. He still looks like he's got his wing intact, missing the right flap on it.
Nicky tries to go around the outside of Helg into turn 4. I forget that turn 2 is actually turn 3. Technically.
Yeah, it's because that little tiny left-hander, which doesn't look like a turn, but it is a turn, but it doesn't look like a turn.
No. But it is a turn.
Exactly that.
Ooh, as Studik goes around the outside of through the inside of Barry, actually. Comes back onto the corner nicely. As blocks him now into the pits as well. He's getting onto the soft tyres here. So he will need to come in at least one more time. Jacko will come out ahead of him. A good battle between Meeb and Mystic at the moment. I believe Meeb has made his way past Mystic during the lap. But Honda seems to be really pulling away here thus far. Stunik picks up another 3-second time penalty.
Now this is going to be a really good battle up at the top here. So we're already seeing a gap form between Mystic and Random Series. Random was not able to keep up with them, as well as Random's creating a gap between himself and JC, but that should happen as Random is on the softer tire compound. Asnik's going to try and work on Nicky. He's going to aim for the inside line, but is way too far back to truly take a lunge here. Asnik's just got to hope to overtake Nicky, as we got a little bit of a DRS train going from 7th place down into 10th. You know, Monkey turns it on for some races. Like, sometimes he just goes completely unnoticed, and then some races he decides he wants to be a consistent top 10 driver, and if he can find that true consistency, then I don't see him ever really being in relegation danger.
Yeah, I think he just depends on the ripeness of his bananas in the morning. As we say that, Hell goes down the inside of Monkey Murphy, heading down the start-finish straight. But yeah, it just seems, however, Monkey's bananas are, as he goes straight back to another fight with Hell as they head up to turn 3.
I think he was a little bit low on potassium when Helg overtook him, and it looks like he's
Helg fights back again out of turn 3. They are side by side heading down the straight.
Helg has the DRS.
Has DRS open. They're neck and neck down to turn 4. Helg just gets the position. Monkey Mafia, he does the switch back. He's now on the inside of that corner. Now becomes the outside. Helg can't move across to block properly, and we'll just have to hold station behind Helg at the moment, Monkey. As Stunik is riding in the arse of Nicky as well. All 4 cars in a big battle here. Heading into the last 2 corners here in Austria. Oh, Nicky goes a little wide. Stunik looks, can't make the move. Nicky kind of pulls to the inside slightly. Stunik right up behind him. Ooh, as Stunik cuts the corner and receives 3-second time penalty, as he is right on the back of Nicky and takes the place. Nicky along the side, can't make the defense.
Ooh.
Didn't want to cut the corner.
It really screwed over Nicky there, as Nicky was able to brake a lot later than Asnik was going into that turn, and Nicky had to pull, and now it's a 1.5 seconds out of DRS range, so he's going to have to really start pumping it here to get back in striking distance. But that gap between Honda, Meeb, and Mystic has just not moved since about lap 4. As I say that, Meeb gains quite a bit of time on Mystic out of nowhere there, so that front three is really kind of separating itself from the rest of this pack here.
Stunik now trying to catch up to Monkey Mafia, who's also trying to catch up to Helg. At the moment, not a lot between them. Stunik is a lot closer to Monkey Mafia. He might be looking at a move into turn 3 here. Goes to the inside on Monkey Mafia. He gets it done through turn 3. And will try to fight back for the position. Stunik now in the chase for Helg, who's currently in 7th place.
Ooh, looks like Enrique and Pork are getting in a battle. I just switched off that. Pork did overtake Enrique. Enrique's going to try and come back at him here. Have you noticed the gap between Jacko and Knuckles at all? I haven't seen anything really alter all too much. I'm not sure if he's actually making any time.
Well, he is on the hard compound tires as well. I think his plan is just ride those hards potentially for as long as he can and maybe move back onto softs at the end. As Enrique takes a really late lunge on Pork around the outside, it doesn't make it work, and has now run out of momentum heading up the hill to turn 3. Still gaining. ZGS tries to go around the outside. Pork goes wide in the corner. ZGS and Enrique side by side still. Enrique pulls out in front of ZGS out of the corner as they head to turn 4. Pork Chop's just trying to pull away now as the gap almost reaches a second between him and Enrique.
Now, of course, the longer
Jacko's
that...
gained about a full second on Knuckles as well, by the way.
Okay, so he is gaining. Now, Pork Chops has opened up that lead out of a second, so the longer that Enrique and ZGS battle for 13th place, the better it will be for Pork Chops, with Pork Chops being on the soft tire compound as well. So I think I said
Mayamir and JC look to be having a good battle here. Mayamir right on the back of JC with DRS.
Ooh, it looks... Oh, sorry, Mystic gets an overtake on Meeb into turn 4, and then Meeb goes for a nice little switchback, similar to the battle that we saw with Monkey and Helg. Mystic's just trying to ride the inside line. He's going to force Meeb to go the long way around. Mystic gets the move done and is back into 2nd place after several laps being in 3rd. And with that battle, it's going to open up an even bigger gap between those two and Honda, now at 2.3.
Helg and Stunik really going at it now. I believe they were side by side through a lot of that as Meeb picks up a 3-second time penalty. Monkey Mafia has actually really dropped off from Stunik and Helg at the moment, with Nicky now pulling up behind him, about a half a second behind. Can't get a bit of launch out of that corner.
So Random Series comes into the pits. We'll have to see what he's going to throw on here. Now this is around the hard tire compound.
He's switched onto the mediums.
But yeah, he does go to the mediums. Ooh, Nicky looks to be coming at Monkey. Nicky's got the inside line. Monkey breaks really late and gives a position to Nicky. I think he mistimed his defense there. And Nicky gets a fairly easy overtake into 8th place, just putting the pressure on Monkey. Monkey unfortunately made the mistake. Although Monkey's trying to bring it back, it's going to be a tough area on track to do so. But we have a lot of close drivers here, as Mayomir and JC are still battling it there. Ever since JC overtook Mayomir fairly early on, we just haven't kind of split up since. See, Barry's actually now right back on Monkey Mafia, so Monkey is going to start losing quite a bit of time on those softs, and C. Barry is actually going to have the advantage in pace, I believe. We'll have to see what C. Barry is going to be able to do here.
Mamir really gaining onto the back of JC, heading into turn 3, decides to pull out of a move on JC, and he might try to get a bit more of a catch up down the back straight.
Maybe something into turn 4.
As JC just has enough distance, Mamir still deciding not to even try to pressure JC.
Ooh, Seaberry and Monkey are actually wheel to wheel. Seaberry's got the inside line into turn 4. We'll see what Monkey's going to be able to do. He's got to go all the way around the outside. It looks like we have a Haas spun out in front of us. And is that Meeb? I think that's
the Haas
Meeb.
of Meeb. Yeah, it's Meeb.
Oh no. He collects himself back up. I imagine we're going to see him in the pit. Seaberry does get the position on Monkey.
Oh, as he spins out again.
So his
right
tires...
onto the racing line, and he collects the Stunik.
Oh no.
As Meeb also...
He's going to try and backpedal into the pit. We have a full safety car.
So Meeb also illegally resets on track as well.
Did he? I didn't see the
which
reset.
also ended up collecting Nikki.
Are we going to see Jacko come into the pit here because of the safety car? Yeah, he will. So he's going to slot all the way down. All these drivers from behind Random Sirius. So Random's got 1 lap old mediums, and everyone behind him is pitting. We'll see what they're switching to. Enrique's EGS onto the softs, Meeb onto the hards, Jacko onto the mediums, Bloxham onto the softs, as well as Pork onto the mediums. As Meeb retires from session. So
Stick and Honda have also come into the pits now.
Crazy
and
scenes.
The Ferrari
really.
of JC also comes in, but Meomir doesn't.
Ooh, Meomir should have pit. I mean,
He now comes out in front of Mystic, but not in front of Honda, which is bad for Mystic.
Yeah, that kills Mystic right there. That really hurts him. Mystic's got to hope that he overtakes Meomir real easily off the restart, or else Honda might be able just to drive away with first place. But a safety, yeah, but you know what? 14 laps in, or 13 laps in until a safety car, not too bad. Leviathan, you gotta, Hannah, you gotta use the, you gotta use your new emote if you're still in with us here.
Man now comes into the pit lane.
That's a terrible decision from him. He needed to commit. It was either he's gonna stay out, or he was gonna come in right when he was with JC, right? So we'll have to see where he lines up. He's going to get passed by nearly the whole field here. Looks like he's going to come out behind Astanek. He goes onto the softs as well. Hey, Hannah, there you go. You figured it out. Leviathan, awesome. Good to see the emotes. Of course, being exclusive MidWest subscription emotes. First time we've had to see those emotes today as well, so... Good news there. This has kind of turned out to be a lot better of a race than yesterday was. I was very disappointed and completely drained after that race was done. It was just not a good one. But you know what? This race week 5 in Austria is really really bringing my spirits back up here. I know the quality of drivers that we have, and they're proving it today. Unfortunately, there being only 17 now 16 with Meeb's retirement. It's happy and wholesome to see the quality that's being put on display here today. Unfortunately, the only thing that we can say isn't the most of quality so far is kind of the spin out of Meave and the poor decision of Mayomir, but other than that, it's been pretty solid racing.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, Seaberry doesn't pit, nor does Nicky. They're going to take their chances. Knuckle stays out as well in 8th place. Other than that, everyone's got fresh tires. So Mayomir actually did Mystic Joker a favor there by pitting. Now Mystic doesn't need to get an overtake, but we go back green as I'm on the wrong setting. We'll see if Mystic's going to be able to stay close. Block some pits, oddly enough. Random Sirius is going to have a run at Seaberry. He's got the far fresher tires, but just isn't close enough as of right now. But you're seeing he's going to be able to completely outbrake Seaberry here. And there we go. Random Sirius is going to get alongside Seaberry now into turn 4. He's got the inside line, and Seaberry is not going to be able to defend and concedes a position. He actually goes a little bit onto the grass, and he's going to be in trouble from JC now. JC right tight on the caboose of Seaberry. Looks like Enrique got an overtake, and there's actually quite a bit of battling down the order. ZGS gets an overtake on Knuckles as we got 4 drivers there, all very close to each other. Not sure exactly what to make of the position changes, as sometimes you just don't get the best camera angles in this game, unfortunately. Jacko's trying to work him. Yeah, it really sucks, honestly, but Jacko's trying to work himself back up into this race, currently sitting 14th on the medium tire compounds. Let's see what he's going to be able to complete as this race goes on. Random Sirius gets an overtake on Nicky. Nicky goes for a lovely little switchback. He actually gets himself back alongside. Random Sirius does have the fresher tire compounds, and these two positions are swapping. Random Sirius and Nicky touch, and Random goes off onto the dirt, and he's going to lose a couple positions to JC, Barry, and now Helg. So he drops down quite a bit, unfortunately, from that little tap from Nicky. Honda's already opened up that gap between first and second. Ooh. Enrique takes a lunge down the inside of turn 10 on Asnick. Mayomir and Pork Chops battling it out. Random diving down on Helg. Helg sends it around the outside here. The safety car has actually been really good for this race here. It's just the battles are still going 3 laps through. Monkey Mafia and Enrique are going at it. Enrique is on the soft tire compound, so he's going to be able to ride a harder line than Monkey is, but Monkey's got the track position. But like I said, and Enrique kind of loses his racing line a little bit, and Monkey gets brought right back into it, and these two are kind of wheel-to-wheel battling all throughout Sector 3. Monkey now slots in back to 9th position here. Enrique gets quite a bit of oversteer. We have ZGS, I believe, that has spun out in the beginning stages of Sector 3, but he's going to collect himself back up. Monkey's getting DRS, and the close net battling is going to continue, and Monkey loses his braking point and smacks the back of the Alfa Romeo and then says, hey, screw it, might as well get both of them. So then he hits the other Alfa Romeo and Enrique. Oh no, Monkey. That's not what you want to see. Random Sirius and Helg are battling up at the top as we'll join back into the lead pack here. Helg looks to take a lunge on the inside of Nicky. Nicky defends fairly well. Doing a very good being on up and holding off the drivers on far fresher mediums. Jeez, there we go. Helg just absolutely sends it and gets the overtake done. And now Random Sirius is looking to come at. He is really starting to wear it down. And see Barry is also looking to come at Nicky. I think Nicky's going to come into the pit. Yes, he will. But what are you seeing there, Stat? What's going through the mind?
Mystic and Honda are right on each other at the moment. Mystic's found a way to claw himself closer to Honda. That's going to really come down to the wing into these last couple laps. It's Mystic just riding the bumper of Honda through these corners at the moment. Outside of that, we do have that pack between JC and Astunik, where a lot of action is happening. Jacko's found himself in a good position, starting in 8th after his first lap incident. So he's fought back really well.
Yeah, and honestly didn't even notice that he made up that much ground, but I guess with the incidents from everyone behind him now, it's just kind of eased his way back up into 8th place. And with
good
C.
battle
Barry,
between CGS and Mafia at the moment. Ooh, Honda tries to defend the inside line. Mystic tries to go around the outside. Honda comes back onto the outside line.
Honda gets a really good launch out of turn 3 there. And it doesn't look like Mystic's going to be able to take a jump into turn 4. Ooh, it looks like Helg and Random are battling here. These two have been for nearly an entire race. Honda's got DRS. Helg defends the inside line. Random with a little bit of a shimmy shake. Now shoots it around the outside. Helg is going to hold on to that. Random's not going to give way. But the outside line is the slower line and has now brought Mailmere into it. And Mailmere actually gets an overtake on Random Series, with Random Series being forced in to the lesser of the two racing lines here. So Random now back into 6th place. And picks up a penalty.
Picks up a 3-second.
Ooh. Mystic and Honda.
The sky has also gone quite grey at the moment. I'm not sure about the weather, but we could see some late lap drama here if the weather decides to rain on us.
Quite literally.
To dampen our spirits. Helg and JC going at it at the moment. Helg right on the back of JC, who's in a softer compound, but Mailmere in the even softer one behind them. Jacko has made the position on C. Barry. I don't know how long ago that was, but he has made it. Now Jacko's trying to catch up to Random Sirius, who's currently in 6th. Monkey Mafia picks up a 3-second time penalty. JC will be holding on to dear life for this last podium place. Mailmere has brought himself back into the fight as well.
Oh, look, I think
we do start to see a little bit of rain.
Yeah.
Helg right on the back of JC, decides to go for the move, takes a nice lunge, pushes JC off the track.
Oh, and Mailmere's got the inside line now, and he looks like he's going to take over both of them. Oh, what is Helg going to be able to do? JC can't defend from the last position, and now Random Sirius is right behind all of them. As well as Jacko's made up gnarly ground as well. The rain is really coming down now.
So who is going to pull the trigger?
What do you do if you're Mystic here? Do you try and risk staying out for one more lap?
I don't think it's raining hard enough here. Not yet.
Ooh, as Mystic nearly loses it around turn 10. This is going to start getting real hairy.
JC slippery out of the left right. Jacko pulls up the side of Random Sirius heading into the last two corners. They give each other room. Jacko's got the position, but JC's really fallen behind. And he's fallen back again as he goes wide in the last corner. Jacko takes his position. And Random Serious might look to try and take it as well, as the rain is bucketing down here.
Oh, this is going to get very nerve-wracking.
MX Bloxham and Porkchops pull in, as we have yellow flags in all sectors at the moment, as Helg has spun out at the first corner as well. And it looks like the Williams of Knuckles also spun out at the start of Sector 3.
Random Serious, he got a little bit too hot on the throttle and spins out just after turn 4, or turn 3 that is. And now Helg's going to make the position back.
Oh, as JC spins out as well after turn 4.
Oh, wow.
It's an ice rink out there.
It's all who can get to the pit. Pretty much.
Everyone's on skates at the moment.
Okay, this might be huge
especially
for
those
Pork
guys
Chops.
who do not have...
Pork Chops right now is the leading driver on those intermediates. We'll see how much time he can make up.
I think Mystic got stuck behind his teammate as well.
Oh, did he? Yo, I think he got caught up in the pit by ZGS.
Ah.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, and Pork Chops going a little wide. Pork Chops is gonna make up a couple of positions. It should bring him up into the top 10 here. Yeah, a perfectly timed pit for Pork. Let's see how many positions he's gonna get.
Pulls himself up into 7th place.
He might get
He might also take over C. Barry here.
No. But
No.
that pit stop timing was massive. That's brought him into 7th position, ahead of his teammate. And within striking distance of C. Barry as well. He's got to keep those nerves, though. It'll be huge.
Still have
finish.
11 laps to go here. Or 12 laps even. This is the 12th last lap. Mikey Mark here and Bloxham going at it as well, I think. But just look at that comeback from Jacko at the moment.
Yeah, he's completely turned this race around. He's the leading Ferrari, which if I told you that a couple of laps ago, you would have laughed at me. But it looks like we got a Red Bull, I think that's some ZGS, just spun out around turn 3. You can see the complete difference of track now. This is for sure going to be on intermediates for the rest of this race, and the positions have completely changed. Some winning out more than others.
Astunik here also currently has the hardest charge with 8 places, but with 13 seconds worth of penalties, I don't know if he'll be able to hold that.
That's 18. I see
18.
18 seconds.
Yeah, so he's definitely not going to be able to hold that, which means Pork Chops, who currently has 7, will most likely take it.
And surprise, surprise, are we going to see another Pork Chops hardest charger?
Surprise, surprise.
Man, I'm actually amped for the MidWest merch that I ordered. I'm so excited for it. Not gonna lie. A hat, a sports shirt, and some shorts.
Awesome.
As the off-topic kind of quote of the day goes to me, or the out-of-nowhere quote of the day.
What was that?
Yeah, how it was not brought up at all, and I just decided to bring up the MidWest gear. But yeah, Leviathan, do you actually you work with all those numbskulls? Where you're able to see everything as it was going out through the production line, were you not? Yes, she does. I was
The
actually really,
numbskulls.
yeah, the numbskulls. What is this? It's Clog, Monkey, Pork Chops, and then Helg works up in the office. From,
The admin.
yeah, Helg, the admin, from what I do. When I was asking about my shipping information, I was told to message Dion Helgelin, or however you pronounce it, on Discord.
Hegelian.
Hegelian. Sounds
I
like
don't. I think
chameleon.
that's how you pronounce it. Hegelian.
We've just not attempted since day one, pretty much. It doesn't look like it's that hard of a pronunciation, but we just have never attempted to even try since day one. We always just called him Helg. Bloxham's trying to work on Monkey. Let's see what he was able to muster up here, but unfortunately the rain throws a wrench in everything, but it also kind of makes it so there's not as much passes as you'd like. And this passing in the wet is a lot harder than passing on the dry. DRS, of course, is disabled, and you got to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, so Leviathan says that she's worked with Helg for 2 years and still can't pronounce her properly. So, okay. So 6 months of announcing isn't bad. Who do we have someone over there? I think that's ZGS. I believe that is ZGS. Yes. I actually got a little bit of a train there. Through Sector 2. Monkey Mafia is in front of his teammate. And oh, speaking of, Monkey hits the wall. I think he only lost a little bit of his front right wing there. I imagine he's going to pit. This did not go the way that he was hoping. And is that ZGS that's DNFing? Yeah, ZGS has called it a race. Monkey is into the pit. Random's trying to work on Nikki. Random, gets an overtake on Nikki into turn 3. But Nicky's got the better traction coming out of the turn. Let's see what he's able to do right now. He sits in front of Random, but he's got the outside line, so Random was in this position before, except on the other end of it, and does force Nicky around the outside, and Nicky not able to hold on, and Nicky drops back into 10th place.
I think I have a good reason to believe Jacko brings up the driver of the day for me.
Yeah, it's hard to deny him of that today. He's put in quite the performance.
He'll miss out on a podium, but he'll definitely be happy with how he was able to come back.
Very true. I think I'll have to check back here. Is this Mailier's first podium? I feel like we've seen him on the podium before.
Yeah, I feel like we have, but we can still celebrate it either way. Bloxham also DNFs in the pit lane. So Red Bull will not pick up points. Or will they? Hold on.
Or will they? So no, I don't think we've had Mailmere on before here, so...
No, neither can complete 32 laps.
Oh, yeah, so no points for the Red Bulls entirely for this evening, so that's going to hurt. They're quite a bit down the Constructors' Championship, sitting behind the dynamic duo of the AlphaTauris and Pork Chops and Helg. So, but decent points today. Looking for the AlphaTauris is, as it stands right now, they're the only team with 2 drivers in the top 10. So good stuff from them. They're going to gain some real traction here, which is very much needed. 5 races in. But okay, Leviathan, do you actually work with the actual shirts and whatnot going like through the production line or however it goes there. So did you see all of the Midwest gear that was flying out of there? Because if you did, I've got a question.
Could you draw a penis on one?
Okay. You're not muted.
Oh, did I say that out loud? Did I?
Oh.
Nikki picks up another 3 second. Hannah's not going to be happy about that.
No, Hannah's gonna be pissed.
You need to drive cleaner.
Oh, is Hannah Russian now?
Yes. Nikki loves when Hannah goes Russian for the night.
Oh Christ. Oh God, wasn't Hannah like a movie?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Am I thinking that Hannah movie? Yeah, it was. It was Hannah, just no H at the end, just Hanna. It was an action thriller in 2011.
Also, a song called Havana.
Ooh. Her name is
It's
Lola.
like Hannah. It's like Hannah. It's like Hannah, but with a V in it.
Yeah. The Havana. How does that song go?
Havana, oh, na, na.
No, not that one. That's the new one.
Aww.
Furious. I actually digitized the logo that they use on the merch. I'm in a different department, but I get to see it all. And yeah, stat, I really could put a penis on one. LOL.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, make one up for stat. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Hannah's pissed. Uh-oh. Oh, Nikki.
Hannah's going full Russian.
Full Russian. Her name is Lola.
Not half Russian.
Is
She
Lola.
was.
Lola. What's that?
Aloha?
Copacabana. Okay. She was a showgirl. Okay. What was your question? Oh, I was wondering. I ordered like the very vibrant and
Very black.
no, yeah, very black, vibrant. Yeah. I ordered like the orange sports shirt, and I was wondering like what kind of orange it is. Like, is it like
It's
a
papaya.
fiery orange, like a papaya orange?
Papaya?
Papaya. I live in an enemy. I live in an enemy.
An enemy.
An enemy. So were you actually? Did they shoot Nemo near where you live? Like, were you able to meet Nemo?
Yeah, I did. I met Nemo on set. He's an awesome guy.
Is he now? I heard
Yeah, I'm actually I'm P. Sherman, Wallaby Way, Sydney. I'm his neighbour.
No.
Yep.
Ooh, Enrique and Nikki get into it a little bit. Enrique gives a little bit of tap on that Williams' ass and sends him on his way. Still holds on to 10th position. Enrique doesn't really have much of a battle here. He's just got 6 seconds worth of penalty over Nikki, so not much to be kind of fought there. But they're just going to do it anyway, because why the hell not?
They're just gonna do it.
Sherman, 42, Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Yeah, I'm at 43.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. Small world, hey?
Yeah, I know, right?
Now, like, when they're...
That dollar girl was such an ass, though.
Oh, she was...
Hated dollar. You
I
could
mean, how-
hear her, like, walk up into the dentist.
like...
Yeah, you could hear her breathing from down the street.
Okay, when was... Okay. Finding Nemo. Okay, 2003. Okay, so Darla. Okay.
Oh, how old's Darla now?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Age of Darla. She was 8 years old. Okay, so 2003. Oh my. So she was 1995.
She's in it. She's 25. She's
She's
26 this year.
yeah, she's turning 26. You think she's got an Instagram? Oh god.
As our leaders are on their last lap here at the Austrian Grand Prix, which started
Does
quite nicely,
Darla
nice weather and all that.
Finding Nemo
Oh,
have an Instagram page?
Enrico gets shaky. Okay, let's our leader pass.
And unfortunately, it won't be Mystic Joker's day, but it will be the day of the Mercedes-Benz driver of Honda taking the win. Enrique comes up the line 11th, Mystic in second, so Honda getting his revenge from last week's unfortunate instant of a Turn 1 crash. Or
Now,
of his own
this is the fun part of the race, where we see all the penalties take place on our screen live. So let's see the roulette, which is the final standings.
Ooh, yeah, so quite a bit of position changes are going to come here.
Here we go, as Mamia is the first to come over with no penalties, so he will stay where he is, similar with Jacko, who is undoubtedly our driver of the day here.
Hard to argue.
Next is Astunik with 18 seconds of penalties. He finishes. But Barry is a significant way behind.
And with penalties as well, so I think Astanik's actually going to hold on to that.
Yeah, it's a considerable gap between Astunik and Barry at the moment.
Porkchop should overtake his teammate, and other than that, I think that's going to be a boot it. Actually, Random Series gets Helg as well.
Random Series also. Whoa! As Random Series and Helg actually collide on the line. Or is that Pork Chops? Might have been Pork. So Astunik actually, I believe, gets to keep his hardest charger now, because the penalties didn't make him drop any places, so he is our hardest charger. As Honda moonwalks his way onto the podium, winning the Austrian Grand Prix in what has been a clinic of both dry and wet weather racing by him today.
Yeah, very high quality driver from drives from all the podium finishers. Mailmir just kind of being consistent throughout the entire ordeal. And we'll go through the finishing order here. But can you send messages out to our interviewees, if you may,
I
please?
will do that. If you want to go through our finishing order.
Yes, but of course. So we got Honda coming over in first, followed by Mystic Joker as they battled the entire Grand Prix, as it seemed. Mailmir getting his first podium of the year in the Alfa Romeo. Jacko going from top of the grid to the bottom of the grid and works himself way back up into fourth. So solid drive from him. A little bit of luck from the safety car and it going into rain, but some very solid stuff from Jacko, earning a fourth place finish today. Asnick takes fifth. Our hardest charger, Seaberry, sixth. Solid race for him, going on the hardest to start the race and finishing off in sixth place, gaining 4 positions throughout. Porkchops getting the pit luck and good timing going to 7th. Random Series 8th. Helg 9th. Nikki rounding out the top 10. Hannah's going to be okay with that performance. Enrique 11th. JC 12th. Monkey 13th. Knuckles 14th in his first Div 1 race. And then the DNFs is MX Bloxham, JGS, and me, as I absolutely tried to rip through that because I thought I was running out of time, but looks like I've got 20 more seconds here. So Random Series, I gotta say, was a little bit unfortunate. He did have a spin, but 8th isn't the worst position for him, and I think I'm right with AlphaTauri finishing as the only team with 2 drivers in the top 10, so much needed points from those guys. As a net total of 7 positions gained for the team, with Helg starting 9th and finishing 9th. So not too shabby at all from plenty of the drivers here today.
So Mystic Joker will unfortunately not be able to make our post-race interviews today, which means we will just have Honda, Mermia, and Astunik.
Yeah, and I'm gonna fine Mystic. I'm gonna give him a fine for that. We gotta start.
A fine.
Yeah. See, he's in the contract is media availability must be always ready for when.
That all drivers have signed. Honda
Yeah.
will unfortunately not be able to make it either.
Oh my gosh.
But in that instance, I might actually get Jacko.
I was thinking of getting Nicky in here and harassing him.
Ooh. Good choice, good choice.
Ooh. Have I piqued your interest, Stat?
You have.
Oh god. Hannah, you still better be in here, because if Hannah's not in here, then we're not going to bring him in and harass him. But if Hannah's in here, then we'll absolutely harass him.
Absolutely.
100%. Okay. A Blaze / Hunter Orange. Interesting. A Blaze Hunter Orange. You know, what would that look like? Oh, you think probably Darla would probably have a TikTok actually. If she doesn't have an Instagram, it's at least a TikTok. All the kids are into TikToks these days. What was I gonna search up? Oh, Blaze Orange. What does that look like? Oh. Oh, okay.
Estunik, I believe since this is your first time in the party, can you just make sure your party settings have you to share audio?
Oh yeah, they are.
Hannah, what's the
Okay.
best harassment question that you can give us to ask him?
Yes, Hannah, if you can give us.
She's still here, so she's gonna be very happy on the torture that we're gonna put Nikki through.
So I need to make sure Nikki is actually in the party chat, which he is. So, yeah, there he is.
Oh, and we're getting word from Div 2. It looks like JC Blackley picks up his first win in the Midwest F1 League.
Well, very well deserved.
Congrats.
So since we have all our drivers in now that we needed, unfortunately Mystic and Honda not able to complete the post-race interviews, so we've found a couple of very deserving replacements here. Or one not so much, but we just want him to have here to abuse. But we'll continue with the rest. So we'll start with wow.
Is that Hannah in the background?
She's sitting right
Hannah?
next to me.
Oh god.
Oh, this is great. So we'll start off with the rest of the drivers here. So we'll start off with Mermir, who picks up third place here in Austria, which was undoubtedly a very difficult race, starting off in the dries and having to move over to the wets. A lot of drivers not being able to time that correctly. But Mermir ends up picking up third place here in Austria. How do you think your race went today?
Man, I'm ecstatic. I can't believe it.
No, I'm ecstatic.
It's crazy, man.
Oh my god! You just.
You didn't just pull that off, eh?
Oh my god! I have a feeling you've been waiting like so long to say that too.
No, that was completely just out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of the blue, man. No, seriously. I mean, it's crazy.
I'm ecstatic. No, I'm static.
Oh god! Holy crap!
I mispronounced it. Yeah, I'm ecstatic. It's just crazy. Man, racing against El Magico, Honda, and Jay Chaz and Mystic, and I ended up, in third. Just I can't believe it. I guess the strategy did work, and yeah, I'm quite happy, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely. So you're able to pull it. Is this your best finish so far in Midwest? Or have you pulled off another third place in the
Yeah,
past?
no, this is actually, well, I finished third last season, but Bloxham jumped me because of, a couple of penalties that, he didn't in the end have. But yeah, this is my best finish until now, so yeah.
Yeah, so that's an awesome result for you. It should certainly help out Alfa Romeo's push towards the top.
For sure.
Not sure how you'll go against the likes of Ferrari at the moment, since both of their drivers are finishing quite high consistently. But yeah, congrats on the amazing finish today, and can't wait for your race next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
So we'll move on to our hardest charger, Stunik, who also racked up a total of 18 seconds worth of penalties here today, but still somehow pulls out the hardest charger after starting in, I believe it was 13th. So how do you think your race went today, Stunik?
That was unexpected. It was a lot of I don't know what happened. Penalties were just me pushing. You cannot follow a car here through sector 2. It's so hard. It's the aero wash that come, like, you just have no front end bite and you just end up shoving wide. But yeah, no, it was running pretty good. Just I knew that I had the penalties, but I just honestly was just trying to push as hard as possible. And then weirdly enough, coming out of the second to last corner, my teammate was facing me in the middle of the track, and I don't know how he got there. And I slammed into him. I can honestly, I don't know how the car survived. I don't know how I did not retire. I just kind of limped into the pit, and luckily the safety car came out, but I was completely blindsided, almost had a heart attack. And then once it started to rain, I noticed the car was fast, and I was like, you know what do I have to lose? Just push the car as hard as possible. Like, if you crash, you crash, but you're running P5, and if you could just pull that gap to at least, like, maybe I get the penalty for hitting my teammate who was, like, literally dead in the middle of the track. I got 3 seconds for hitting him, like, where did I have to go? So I was like, maybe I can get that removed, so I have to push to at least 15 seconds. But then when I got to 15 seconds, I was like, just keep pushing. If the car can handle it, keep going. And I just got it to 18, so I was like, I don't even want to report the incident, so I just kept pushing as hard as I could. And, yeah, I somehow got that gap, and I guess Barry finished only 4 seconds behind, but that was unexpected.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, I believe he also had, I think, a 3 second as well. So you were pretty clear of that. But yeah, just going on about that collision with your teammate, I was actually on board with Meeb right after he spun out. So I went straight onto him, and I like to view cars from like the cockpit or whatever. So I literally saw whoever was in front of you go round, and you just round the corner and just hit nose to nose.
Yeah, I could see his
Dead
pupils
on.
dilate. It was crazy. I needed the safety car to change pants. It was bad.
Oh Christ!
Yeah, just like a deer in headlights at that point. But yeah, so great fight from you today,
ask
and
Nick,
a great
Yeah.
So while the race was going, were you trying to focus on to the score between the Bruins and the Flyers as that was going on?
Yeah, it was really hard to do qualifying with overtime going on, and thank God for dual monitors. But it was completely frustrating. And then my live stream just heard me screaming because of the shootout. But yeah, it was really hard to focus.
Oh God, there you go. I was curious about that.
They won.
There
they
you
won.
go. Life without Char isn't so
Whoa.
bad, eh?
Well, that's all that matters then. He
What's
picked
hockey?
up hardest charger in P5, but let's not. Huh?
Well, what's hockey stat says?
What?
I know, I'm just kidding. You didn't say that, but you know,
I didn't say what's hockey. What?
I don't think they have ice yet.
you're thinking it.
Yeah, Australia doesn't have ice. We're too busy being on fire.
You don't even know
my
you guys have baseball there. You guys have like a bunch of Australian MLB players. You don't even know that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we have baseball here. It's just not that serious.
Oh my God.
Okay, continue on.
Anyway,
Anyhow.
yeah, great, and finish for you in the end. Stunik
Thanks,
pick
man.
up P5 and hardest charger, so that extra point will hopefully come in useful later
Oh, you
on.
get a
So
point
yeah,
for that?
congrats on your finish today. Yeah, you get the point for hardest charger.
Nice. Well, thanks, guys.
No problem.
Awesome. We'll move on to
I'm gonna go to bed now.
move on
See
to
you guys later.
Good night. Thanks, man.
Gotcha. We'll move on to Jacko now, who is undoubtedly mine and Crush's driver of the day today. Unfortunately, getting into a little incident on the first lap of the race, having spun out into the wall, taking a bit of his front wing, and an incredible fight back to finish P4 today. Jacko, talk us through your race today.
Well, firstly, I'm quite surprised to have been given anything like driver of the day because that was my error at turn 1 that spun me out. And
But it was your skill that got you back.
I was very happy
made
that
up
it
for
didn't
it.
take anyone else out, mainly because otherwise I might have been thrown into the steward's office. But yeah, I
Well,
went
talk
to
us
the...
talk us through that little first lap incident then, because
Okay,
I saw you over the back spin, but I wasn't sure if that was just you or you made contact with someone else.
My initial thoughts were I should probably try and get past Mayo because I saw he was on the medium compound and I was on the soft, so I wanted to get a good launch and pass him. What I didn't account for was I got a better launch than Random as well, and I probably would have been able to pass him, except we both braked a lot later than Meb, who looked like he was trying to do a sort of a cut back on the front two, and I made contact with Meb, and I think actually Random hit him too. And thankfully neither of those guys spun, but it fully spun me, and I think Bloxham came through and knocked a bit of my wing off. I don't think I hit the wall, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I was down in 14th with orange on one side, yellow on the other side of the wing, so it was a no-brainer to pit. And just hope for a safety car, which eventually came. I caught up with something like 30 seconds at that point. And just followed Mayo through. I think Mayo and I were towards the back when that safety car went in. And I mean, Mayo got a bit further ahead than I did in terms of time, and I wasn't able to catch up at the end. We seemed pretty similar on pace in the wet. So, I mean, I was reasonably happy to recover the points that I threw away at turn 1. But obviously my teammate, I feel a bit sorry for him because we kind of swapped when the safety car came out. He was, running up front. I was outside the top 10. And, poor day for him in the end, which was partly my fault for advising hard tyres in that middle stint.
Well, what was JC's problem in the end? Because I was seeing a lot of him just moving, like he wasn't able to stay on track for that last half of whatever lap it was. Can you explain? Do you know what has happened there?
When it comes to a bit rainy and you're still on slick tyres, you'd prefer to be on the softer tyres, if they're not worn out. And he was on the hards, and they seemed to have no temperature whatsoever. And once he spun once, he sort of became a passenger for the remainder of the lap.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it just seemed he just lost so much just composure around the track, and it cost him a lot in the end, I believe. I think he dropped all the way down to maybe 12th. P7, P8. Yeah, 12th, yeah. Yeah, it cost him a lot in the end, which is unfortunate, but I mean, as long as one of you guys are at the top, you stay very nice points for each other and for the team. And more importantly, I think you still hold a lead over Honda at the moment in terms of the drivers' standings.
Yeah, we'll see if that lasts. He's pretty quick.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. You might have to hope that he gets in a couple more incidents throughout the season. But yeah, congrats on the fight back. Congrats on the P4 finish in the end, and I can't wait to see how you go next week.
Thank you very much.
Now, last but not least, we head to Hannah and her assistant. This is probably one of our most look forward to parts of the night. Nikki and Hannah, how did your race go today?
Well, we started in 11th, not so bad. But that's where I've made my first mistake. I saw Seabury started on the hards, and I started on mediums, and as soon as I saw him on hards, I regretted my decision. Because I think that the hard inner was the strategy to be on. At least in my opinion, I think it would have been the correct decision for me.
Were you guys aware that it was going to rain from the beginning? Sorry?
I saw that there was going to be rain at the end. During qualifying, I saw the radar saying that it was going to rain at the end of the race, but it doesn't really tell you when it is.
No.
So, I mean, I was checking every couple laps to see when the rain was coming in, and I was going to try and push the mediums to the inners. And at one point, I was after the safety car, I was racing a bunch of guys who were on fresh rubber, and I was in JC's wash, and the car just didn't slow down. My tires were so worn, just knocked the front wing off. So we had to call it an unscheduled stop just a couple of laps before it really started to come down. And I at least pit on the right lap for inners. I know that a lot of guys got stuck out there. I know Random got stuck out there. JC, like we were talking about, got stuck out there.
Oh yeah, a lot of guys.
I think blocked some pit for inners and then accidentally put softs on. So that happened last year in Spa. So history repeats itself.
Yeah, don't want to
there.
repeat of that. Yeah.
I did. I got unlucky, just like what happened to Asnick. Maybe his car was just kind of in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And I kind of clipped it, and it gave me a 5-second penalty. And then, of course, I didn't hit under a safety car. Then. Yeah, I think this one I might have better luck with, because there wasn't much room for me to go. He was kind of sitting on the racing line and around a blind corner. So, I mean, I finished 10th on the track, but I think if I can get that removed, I might gain at least a place. So, all in all, it wasn't a terrible race for what happened.
Can we actually get Hannah on? We'd like to see what Hannah would say about what happened.
All right, she's here.
Hannah, what went wrong with your client's race today?
Yeah, I was about to say, how do you think your client went today?
I did not think that he did enough practicing today. I'm kind of upset about that. He had all day, and I don't know what he was doing, but he wasn't practicing.
To be fair,
what was Nikki doing instead?
Yeah, sorry, Nikki, we're talking to Hannah. Thank you.
I don't know. I was busy. I can't keep my eyes on him all day. I thought we paid him to have a little bit of independence, but I don't know. He didn't do much.
Maybe it's time to shorten up the leash a little bit, Hannah, because these results are really going to come back and hurt him in the year.
Yeah, especially if he wants to stay in this division, he needs to put a bit more commitment into his practice.
It might be time to crack the whip, Hannah, because we do enjoy Nikki in Div 1, but the amount of practice that he seems to not be putting in, it doesn't seem like he is going to be enjoying his time down in Div 2, so... But thanks for stopping by, Hannah. Much appreciated. Maybe we can make that into a thing. We'll try and get the girlfriends of the racers on to, crap on their boyfriends a little bit on the live stream. So, but
make that a weekly event.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for stopping by, Hannah. Thanks for being a good sport about this all. Much appreciated.
And thank you, Nikki.
Yeah, thanks, Nikki.
Thanks for roasting
Thank you,
me.
Nikki.
Yeah, anytime. Don't have to ask us.
Anyway, I think that I think that just about wraps up our post-race interviews here. Thank you for all that stopped by for the interviews and all that participated in it. I will just quickly have my little spiel about the race, and then Crash, you will be fine to lead us to the end. So yeah, great race here in Austria. A little bit of a wet start to the session with a wet qualifying. Put in some really good qualifying results, especially from Honda, Mystic, and me, putting in very fast times in the wet. Good dry start to the race. Ended up bringing out the rain, which made for a really comical lap where everyone was slipping and sliding everywhere. But a great finish in the end for all drivers and a very exciting race, and can't wait for next week. So yeah, that's me all done for this week.
Good stuff. Thanks, Stat. Always enjoy having you on the Thursdays, as well as I do having Hotspot. But it's where we all started with each other on Thursday, and I always cherish these Thursdays more than any of the days of the week. So very excited to. Shut up.
Crash, you're making me blush.
Shut up. I'm talking. Yeah, so that's about it for the Thursday night. We'll have to, like I said earlier, Div 2 winner was JC Blackley getting his first in the Midwest F1 League, so congratulations to him. Not exactly sure what happened in Div 3 stat. If you wanted to see if you can find the winner there quick, we'll give him a shout out before we say goodbye. But be
Um,
sure be sure to check us
that's
out on our other social media outlets, that being YouTube, which this race will be posted to after. I don't think I posted up last week race. I've been a little bit behind on that, so my mistake. But yes, as well, go check out our Twitter and Instagram pages. Please give us a follow there as we post up all of our standings as well as our schedule on those outlets. So if you have a free follow, just go shoot out that way. And guess what? Follows are free, so be sure to do that and support us, as we very much appreciate it, and we try and bring you the best product that we possibly can. But I mean, that is about it from me. You got the winner there, Stat.
Cake.
Cake Thomas
Or
gets the win.
KK? Cake, yes.
Cake, I think
Cake
it's
got the win.
Cake Thomas. So shout out to Cake Thomas for getting the Div 3 win. Congratulations to him, as well as once again to JC Blackley, as well to our Division 1 winner in Honda. But we will be back tomorrow starting at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern with our multiplayer series. No idea what the tracks are going to be set as, but I will let you know as soon as I know, and when I know is about 2 hours before the race. So all these drivers are going to be in very tough in that regard. We're starting to take out a couple of the easier tracks on the grid, so, and we have seen a short track being thrown into the mix, so nothing is off limits in that series. So hopefully we can see you tomorrow. But I mean, that is about it for me. I have been Crash McQueen. This has been my partner, Static Hazard. Nikki's also here, as well as, more importantly, Hannah has joined us in the booth tonight. So thank you to those two. But we will hopefully be seeing you tomorrow, and have a good rest of your Thursday evening or night or Friday afternoon, wherever you are, and enjoy the rest of your week. So good night, everyone.